Hi, I'm Kathy and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be leading you through a prenatal partner yoga sequence. This practice will invite comfort and connection between you and your birth partner. Let's begin. Joining us today is Kim and Marlon. They will be demonstrating the yoga postures for this sequence today. Hi Kim, hi Marlon. Hi. We really appreciate you sharing your time with us today. And there's a few props that are optional. You can use either a folded blanket or you can use a throw pillow as well. And we'll do that to sit. So I'd like for you to come to your seat, seated on the blanket, facing each other. So Kim and Marlon, you'll face each other and have your knees connected in an easy seated pose. So that means that either one foot is in front of the other or you can cross at the ankles. And now with that blanket underneath you, that'll help you to sit taller and elongate the spine. And now, Kim, I'd like you to place your palms on the knees, so the palms facing up. And then Marlon, connect your hands to her palms. So placing your hands, there you go. Facing one another, close the eyes. Become aware of your posture. Lengthen out of your waist. Then relax through the face, through the jaw. Soften through the shoulders. And now bring awareness to your palms. Feel the warmth of your hands as they touch. Notice each other's energy. And breathe deeply and slowly. Extend your breath. And feel this physical connection to each other. Continue to expand your breath. And notice how it calms your mind and body when you breathe slowly and intentionally. Now set an intention to connect with your partner today and to find ease with each other. Slowly open the eyes and look at your partner. Soften the hands now. And Kim, I'd like you to bring your chin to the chest. Marlon, mimic the shape that she's making and mirror her shape. Now Kim, bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Stretch the side of the neck. And then as you exhale, bring the chin back to the chest. Inhale, left ear to left shoulder. And continue to undulate side to side, inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you come down. Marlon, I'd like you to tune into her rhythm. Spend time with the neck as you open and release tension in the upper body. And do two more to the right and left. Pause with the chin to the chest. Then hold here. Feel the back of the neck lengthen and the tops of the shoulders soften and relax. Look forward at each other once again. And now bring your shoulders up to the ears and roll them back away from the ears, drawing a circle with the shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale back. Feel your heart open and your chest open. Now, oftentimes in pregnancy, the shoulders will slump forward, so we're only going to draw these circles away and back to feel that opening through the front of the body. Do one more circle, and then rest comfortably. Now, I'd like you to take your feet and switch them, because we've been sitting here for a while, and take your opposite leg in front. So if your ankles are crossed, you can recross them, or just make sure that you switch sides. That's a little, yeah. But we're still connecting knees together. Now, Kim, take your left hand out to the side and your right arm up overhead. And Marlon, I'd like you to mirror her shape. So left hand to the side, right arm up overhead. And now stretch over to the side for a lateral stretch. Feel the side of your ribs open, your waist lengthen, and bend that elbow, the one closest to the floor. Extend and shift your gaze up so that your chest opens, your heart opens. That's it, good. Extend through that bottom arm. Switch hands, Kim, and take your left hand overhead. And now stretch the other direction, balancing your right and left side. So taking a lateral stretch, opposite side. Continuing to look at one another. And Marlon, you're staying in tune with her pace. Now switch again, right arm up overhead. We'll do the same thing right and left. Lateral stretch on the exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, stretch over other side. Switch hands. Return to center now, facing each other. And both of you take your left hand behind the waist for a gentle twist. And take your right hand across the body. Now reach for that back hand. And continue to lengthen your spine out of the waist. Twist and look back. Now as you twist for pregnancy, it's really important to keep gentle twists. Navel forward, twist above your belly, and look over that shoulder. And it's always okay to pull back. But as you have your hands and you're holding each other, use that support to maybe either deepen the posture a bit or to use it more as a support and a lift. One more breath. Slowly release. Release hands. Look forward and bring the hands back to the lap. Now you'll switch sides, taking your right hand behind. So both of you take your right hand behind. Take your left hand across the body and reach for that back hand, your partner's back hand. There you go. Gentle twist, look behind you, soften the tops of the shoulders, elongate the neck, reach the crown of the head up, and feel your upper body open. You can look back. Notice how that feels in your spine. And as you move the spine in different directions, it starts to relieve some of that discomfort. It's very prevalent during pregnancy to have spine discomfort. And now release, relax the hands, and look forward. Now you're gonna come onto hands and knees. You may use your blanket for this or not, but you can bring it out to the side as you shift back and face each other on hands and knees. Now if you'd like, you can also place that blanket right underneath the knees as you open from extra padding or cushioning. And your hands are gonna be right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then tops of the feet on the mat. On the inhale, look at each other, send your belly forward and your heart forward. And as you exhale, round in the spine, soften the tailbone, and look at your belly button. Feel your upper body round and open. Inhale, come forward again, rock your baby forward. Look up, stretch through the neck, look at your partner. And on the exhale, round in the spine. Look back at your baby. Release the tailbone to the ground, press into the palms. Feel your shoulder blades separate. And do that 2 more times with your breath. Inhale forward. Exhale back and round. Now this movement is great for pregnancy, especially to release some of that back tension again and keep the spine fluid and mobile. And now return to a neutral spine. Bring your knees open, as wide as you would open in a mat, or just wide. Make room for your belly, and then bring the big toes to touch. Sit back into your heels, but keep your palms on the floor. So as you sit back in the heels here, this is a child's pose. There you go, and you can adjust the knees too. If you want, you can come down to the forearms. So that's the next step. Now the belly is right between the legs and it's nestled in there. The next step, if you want to go even further, is to bring your forehead down to the mat. But that's an option, you don't have to do that. Now, as you do that, you can rest, and I'd like for you to connect your hands together here. So reach your fingers and either have your palms down or touch hands or hold hands, but feel that connection. We're going to hold this about 5 breaths. And I'd like you to acknowledge as you begin to move and breathe together. I'd like you to acknowledge and notice that comfort and trust that you're inviting to your relationship as you move and breathe simultaneously. Stay for a few more breaths. Sink into the hips, soften the sits bones to the heels. Now on your next inhale, rise up, extend through the arms, come back into your tabletop position and readjust your knees so they're underneath the hips again. Now for this next one is a modified side plank, and Marlon, you're gonna come to Kim's side. Either side, it doesn't matter. And Kim, you'll move a little bit forward so that there's space for you there. And now when you come into this tabletop position, extend your outer leg to the side. So Kim, you'll extend your outer leg to the side, and Marlon the same. And now extend that outer arm up and reach for each other's hand. Now as you do that, your backs will connect and you'll press into each other's spine. Now with the hands held, extend up out of your bottom arm to feel a release through the back and through the chest, but also to strengthen through that bottom arm. Feel the inner groin area open too as your leg extends out to the side. And make sure to press the bottom of the foot on the floor, the leg that's extended. Stay here for a couple more breaths. And now release that top hand. Release from each other and come back into your tabletop position. And once you're in your tabletop again, I'd like you to move your tail from side to side. Release through the hip. And Marlon, if you can walk over to the other side of Kim. So Kim, you stay right where you are. Let him do the work. And now you come over to the other side. And again, you are next to one another. Extend your outer leg to the side. And then bring that outer arm up to reconnect in the spine and hold hands. Press firmly into that bottom hand. Take your gaze up, or you can look to the side, straight ahead. And this posture builds courage and strength and will. It reminds you of your own courage and strength. Now release that top hand. Slowly lower both hands to the floor and bring both knees down to the mat. Now, if you do have a blanket underneath the knees, I know you guys didn't use one, but come over, you can bring it to the side so we can come to standing. So stay exactly where you are. I'd like for both of you to open the knees wide. And I'll bring you up to standing slowly so that there's no dizziness or lightheadedness. Walk the hands back to the knees, come onto the feet, bring the heels down and root the feet down into the floor. Now bring the forearms to the thighs, palms together, and hold for a breath. So this gives you a moment. And now take the hands to the hips. So you're probably feeling a lot of work in the legs here. Take the elbows up, press into the feet, root down, and slowly come up to standing. That's it, good. Now face one another and come into a modified downward facing dog. Being upside down is not always comfortable in pregnancy. This is an option for that. I'd like you to hold each other's forearms. And Marlon, you're going to take a small lunge, either foot. And Kim, what I'd like you to do is walk away from Marlon until your body makes the shape of an L. Now, as you walk away from him, bring your feet underneath the hips, extend through the spine. And Marlon, you're gonna gently pull her so that she feels that stretch through the side of her waist, through the arms, and also the side of the neck. And soften the knees here, Kim. And you can tell him, you could talk to him and say, you know, this is too much pressure or a little more. That's part of the communication as you start to connect together and move together and work together. Lengthen your tailbone. Good. Yeah, let him know. Lengthen your tailbone away from Marlon so that you have a longer spine. You get that really good stretch. Stay here a couple of breaths. Something that might feel good here too, if you're doing this during birth and you're feeling a surge, is to sway your hips side to side. That might be comfortable as well. You could try that. But this is a good elongation of those deep curves in your spine right now. One more breath. And now to come out of that, to transition, slowly walk towards Marlon, Kim, and come up to standing once again. Very good. Now, Kim, face me, and Marlon, I'd like you to go behind her so that you're back to back. So Kim is facing my direction, and you are back to back. Lean into one another, and bring your arms to your side. I'd like you here to acknowledge your posture. Soften your knees and spread out your toes so that the feet are underneath the hips and the knees are soft. I would like for both of you to feel your backs pressing into one another and relax your tailbone. So you still have a natural curve in the spine, but you're gonna relax the tailbone. Stack your ribs over your hips. Feel your chest open. Roll the shoulders back, turn the palms forward, and bring the chin parallel to the floor. Grow a little taller from the crown of the head so that you're a couple inches taller. Now this is called Tadasana Mountain Pose. And it reminds you of that strength within. Immobile like a mountain, nothing can move you. And as you stand here in your strength, in this ideal posture, it's really helpful for the pregnant spine to elongate those deep curves. And it's also really helpful to prepare for baby's birth, because as your spine is in the best place or the most ideal place, then it's easier for baby to come out the birth canal. So it's a good preparation, bringing this awareness to your spine. Now relax through the hands, and I'd like you to open into Warrior Two here. So Kim, take your right foot towards the side of your room. Open the right foot a few steps, and then the left foot a few steps back. And Marlon, you're going to mimic her shape. So she's doing the right side, so her right toes are pointing towards the right side of the room, and your left toes are pointing there. Now that back foot is parallel to the edge or the side of the room there too. Okay, good. Bend in the right knee, Kim, and you'll bend in your left knee, Marlon, and then open wide with the arms. Feel that chest open. Connect your arms here and hold hands. Now bring the shoulders right over the hips so that you're not leaning too far forward or too far back, but you're right through center. Good. Breathe into this, open both hips, feel the strength of your legs. And come back to that Tadasana spine. Come back to that lengthened spine that we just did. Soft to the tailbone, ribs over hips. Gently hug your baby towards you, Kim. And now breathe. Now holding this bend in your right knee, I'd like you to take a gentle back bend. Release the back hands and bring your right hand overhead, Kim, and then you can follow her, Marlon, for a gentle back bend above your belly. So it's always above that rib line so that you're not overstretching the abdominal muscles. And now staying in this back bend, extend your right leg, Kim, extend your left leg, Marlon. And you have this straight leg, but you're still in a gentle back bend. Reverse triangle. Now release, come back to center for where you started. Take your hands to the hips and we'll switch sides. So the hands will come to the hips or down to your side. Turn your toes to face me, Kim, and you'll do the same, Marlon, the other way. And now turn the left toes out. So this time you're bending into your left knee, doing the other side, and your back foot is parallel to either your mat or the edge of the room. Bend into that left knee, Kim, open wide, come back into warrior two on this side, and open both hips out. Hold hands, reconnect. And on the inhale, actually stay here for one more breath so that you do feel that strength in the legs. And on the next inhale, we'll do the back bend. Gentle back bend, back hand releases to the back leg, nice and soft. Take your left hand above your head there, Kim. Relax, and you can extend through that left leg as well, so both of the legs are straight now, but you're still in the back bend. Slowly come back to standing. Now take your hands to the hips or to your side, turn your toes forward, and I'd like you to heel toe your feet together. So bringing your feet together that way. Good. Come to face one another, moving slowly back to the floor. So we took some time to get up. We'll do the same thing coming back down. Make sure you have space. Inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Place your forearms on the thighs and make sure that your feet are wide here, palms together. Take a breath. So we're pausing in between. Long spine. And now place fingertips on the mat and take one knee down at a time. That's it, good. Now you'll come back to the seat and take your blanket underneath you. So when you come back to your seat, I'd like you this time, instead of facing one another, to face back to back. So sitting on your blankets and your backs will be connected. Feet together for this posture. It's called Baddha Konasana, or butterfly pose. Bottoms of the feet together, knees apart. And lean into the spine. That way you can elongate together and feel the support of one another. You can close the eyes or keep them open. And as you feel each other's spine, notice the rhythm of your breath as well. You can start to feel your partner's pace. Synchronize your breath together. Breathing at the same time with a deep and steady breath. Now, Kim, you can choose to stay right here, but if you'd like some more sensation in your hips, lean forward towards your feet. And Marlon, I'd like you to stay right where you are. So you're still connected at the base there through the sacrum, but as she moves forward, you stay right where you are. And you don't have to move too far forward, but I recommend continuing that length through the spine. Now you can place your hands around the feet or your palms on the floor, or maybe just the fingertips. Allow gravity to take your knees down without force, a comfortable stretch. And stay here for a few breaths. Slowly shift back up, Kim, and reconnect with Marlon's spine. And this time, Marlon, I'd like you to move forward gently, just a few inches forward or however far you want to go. But the difference here, Kim, is I want you to lay back on his spine. So put all your weight on him. Relax your head back, and yeah, all your weight is fine. Relax all the way back. He can support you. Relax into him. And if you want, you can keep your head up a little bit. You don't have to take it all the way back if you don't want to. But he's got you. It's okay. He's got you. A few breaths here. And now before you come up, Kim, I want Marlon to bring you up so that you're not using any core muscles, but he is slowly bringing you back to center. So Marlon, gently come up, guide her back, and then lean into one another once again. Now take your hands around the knees, bring the knees close towards each other, and extend your legs forward for Dandasana, or staff pose. Your legs will be straight in front of you. Flex in the heels, toes facing up to the ceiling, and the knees are up as well. Take your arms out to the side and reconnect your hands here. Now with the arms to the side, hands connected, your chest is wide. Shoulder heads back, and lean into each other again. So you're returning to that idea of the Tadasana spine that we did when we were standing tall, but this time you're seated. So the sits bones would be underneath you. Your ribs will be over the hips. Chest wide, shoulders back, chin parallel to the floor, and the top of the head extended up to the sky. Breathe here. Relax through the thighs. And stay for a couple more breaths. Now release your hands. Place the hands on top of the thighs. And bring your feet closer to you once again in an easy seated pose. So you're still back to back, but your legs here are either ankles crossed or one foot in front of the other. And both of you turn to your right side for a gentle twist. Now, as you turn to the right side, take your left hand around the knee and bring your right hand to your partner's knee. So extend your right hand back and touch your partner's knee there. Yeah, there you go. So Marlon, you'll draw that other hand across the body to your opposite knee. Yeah, there you go. The other side, yeah. Here you go. Now remember, you can lean back into each other, lift out of the waist, and keep a gentle twist above your belly. Feel the spiral of your spine. One more breath. Now gently unwind. Bring the hands forward, the shoulders forward, and look back to center. And now twist the other way. Left side. Bring your right hand across the body to the left knee. Take your left hand behind and hold your partner's knee behind you. That's it, good. Rise out of your seat. Breathe into any tension or tight spaces between the shoulder blades or in the neck. And continue to breathe intentionally. Last breath in this twist. Slowly come out of the twist, the shoulders, the head, and the arms come forward. And now for your final posture, you'll turn to face one another. We'll end here with this heart meditation. So as you face one another, you can bring the blanket underneath your seat again. And just like we did at the beginning, knees touching, easy seated pose. You can switch legs. Usually I have my right leg in front, so I always like to switch just to make sure that I'm balanced on both hips. Now facing each other, knees connected, take your right hand and place it on your partner's heart. And touch their heart. And now take that other hand and hold their heart. Or hold their hand. You'll take the left hand, there you go. Close your eyes. Feel your partner's heartbeat. Silently send love to your partner through your hand. Now allow that love to relax you. Relax into the support and the comfort of your partner. Stay here quietly for a few moments. Now keeping your focus inward, your eyes closed, relax your hands, soften them, and place them back on the knees. Hold hands, relax the elbows. And breathe naturally. Feel each other's energy. Take another deep, cleansing breath. Now bring your hands to heart center. Slowly open the eyes. Facing one another, hands at the heart. I thank you for joining me today, and I thank you for sharing your practice with me. And thank your partner for working with you today and for supporting you today. And for those of you at home, I thank you for joining us as well. Together we say namaste.
Namaste.